Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and we have a little update on Morbius and Spider-Woman. Well, as many of you know, we're less than 2 weeks away from the final release of Morbius. A film I refer to as Marvel's redheaded stepchild is finally dropping in theaters on April the 1st. And recently, the director of the film, Daniel Espinosa, shared a take on the Spider-Verse that has many Spider-Man fans talking about the future of this franchise and what's going on over at Sony. I thought we could take a couple minutes to break down what he said and what the Spider Totem might actually mean. Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. Also, our big giveaway. We're going to give away this Oculus Quest 2 at 50,000 subscribers. All you need to do to get in on our giveaway is be a subscriber and leave us a comment. Also, while you're at it, make sure you check out that free Week of Skillshare down below. It's a pretty cool way for you to develop your superhero skills for that never-ending war on crime, while not diving too deep into your pockets. Plus, it really does help the channel, so we really appreciate it. Well, Morbius is a little less than 10 days away from dropping in theaters, and with all the hints about Spider-Man in the trailers and where it fits into the Spider-Verse, fans are pretty eager to know what the heck is going on. Now recently, the director of the film, Daniel Espinosa, talked with CinemaBlend and suggested there could quite possibly always be Spider-themed characters in that version of the Marvel Universe. Now we all know technically Morbius does not take place in the MCU. It is part of Sony's Spider-Man universe. But we all know the lines are being blurred. A great example of this is Michael Keaton's Adrian Toomes is set to appear in the film. And with future plans for characters like Madam Web and Spider-Woman, it's pretty clear to many fans that Spider-themed heroes will somehow or another find their way into Sony's Spider-Verse. Now, what the director had to say to CinemaBlend was pretty interesting and might have given us a clue on what they're doing. This is what he had to say. I mean, in almost all Spider-Verse, or, the universe that exists in the Marvel Universe, if you read comic books, the whole idea of the Marvel string theory, if you would call it that, you have a world where you have the same characters, and it's all the characters, but they are slightly different. So in almost all verses, you have a Spider-Man, or a Fantastic Four, or a Tony Stark, or a Morbius, but they will be different in tone. That's not quite the way the Marvel Cinematic Universe is approaching the idea, but they are remaining to some core truths. Then you have a second kind of legend, which is that in all universes, there is a spider-themed character, which is about the totem, which is that in all universes, there is a Spider Totem, which means in all universes, there has to be a Spider-Man or a Spider-Woman. Now, it appears Espinosa has dropped a major hint here on what Sony's going to do in handling spider characters. It appears they might be using the Spider Totem to introduce concepts from the comics like the Web of Life, Destiny, and the idea that each reality will have some sort of Spider-Man or Spider-Woman is really huge. It's pretty clear to most of us Tom Holland is absolutely locked into the MCU moving forward, and we're almost surely getting another trilogy of films. But this does mean the likes of Morbius or Venom or even Kraven could be squaring off against another version of Spider-Man, another totem holder, or even somebody very specific like Jessica Drew. Now, the Spider Totem concept was first introduced in Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, number 242. And basically it is a term to refer to a class of multiversal supernatural entities linked to a force called the Web of Life and Destiny. These are entities like the Great Weaver, the Gatekeeper, the Other, the Bride, the Scion, and the Pattern Maker. But basically, these entities often choose totems that serve as spider entities in various aspects of the multiverse. For example, Peter Parker and his clone Kane on Earth 616 have served as the avatars of the Other. Cindy Moon on Earth 616 is actually an avatar of the Bride. And Anne May Parker on Earth 18119 serves as an avatar of the Pattern Maker. So as you can see, this is a great way for Sony to tie all of these spider characters to a common entity, but actually not place them in the same franchise or world at all. It does create a great narrative flexibility. Now, obviously, once we get any more news about Spider Totems as they relate to Sony's movies, we're going to bring it to you right away. Morbius is about 10 days away from release, and we're going to be covering and reviewing that, but until then, I gotta know what you guys think. How do you feel about Sony embracing the idea of the Spider Totem in order for them to lay out future plans for their Spider-Man universe? And do you believe this confirms that Morbius will actually face off against one of these characters like Jessica Drew in the upcoming movie? Sound off in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you press like and click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you're not getting any updates. Peace.